Hi, this is Caroline with Florida Breeze Realty. And if you're looking to buy a home now or in the future, you might have a few questions. Here are 10 frequently asked questions we get all the time. Hi, everybody. We're here with my friend and agent Lara. Today, we're just going to kind of run through some buyer questions and kind of my version of a buyer consultation so that you know what it's like to be on the buyer side.
Hi. So one of the first questions is how long have you been an agent?
Well, for me personally, I've been an agent for about 5 years. I switched over to brokers licensing about 2 years ago. But I've always been in real estate from title side on up. So I know the ins and outs from title processing on up to sales and whatever we need.
And how long does that home buying process take?
So typically with the home buying process, it can be anywhere from 2 months just from the time of purchase, like searching for the home. Um, right now, it's an interesting time where properties are coming on and off the market relatively fast. So it is a quick shot to get a property. But once you lock one in and you get a contract going, it's usually about 30 to 45 days, depending on the type of loan that you have. So if you're using an FHA loan, it'll probably run a little longer. VA loan will probably run a little longer. But conventional loans, you can typically close within 30 to 35 days, just depending on on your lender. To be honest with you, is their speed.
So when should I contact a lender?
As early as possible in the process. The pre-approval letters typically last for about 30 days. I know they're shortening the length of time these days just on the pre-approval letters because of people's jobs changing, the different, yeah, mostly just the job job changing. Honestly, once they get a pre-approval, they want to move pretty quickly to get you under contract.
What are my options as far as down payment goes if I can't afford a down payment necessarily? Is there any assistance that I can get?
Yeah, I don't think that people should be too worried about the assistance side. I mean, there's always going to be challenges when it comes to bringing money to the table, but we do have down payment assistance. And as any agent that you work with should be able to send you a link from a program that we all have access to. It's down payment assistance. And you'll be able to apply on there to find out what kind of programs are available to assist you for your particular set of needs. Each county has their own type of programs as well as like bond programs and we have different programs within the lenders that might be able to assist as well. And then seller concessions can always be something that we can throw in to try and get assistance. And I know a lot of people are hesitant on asking their friends and families, but a lot of the times people will be willing to assist you with maybe a little bit of a gift money going towards your closing because they just want to see you get out of renting, which is just taking money and putting it in somebody else's pocket.
So what exactly are closing costs? You mentioned closing costs and who pays them?
So each side has closing costs. Seller has their own sets of closing costs, and the buyers have their own sets of closing costs. Now, with the buyer sets of closing costs, if you're using a lender, you'll have some lender fees, you'll have title fees, you'll have agent fees from the agencies, but not from the agent themselves. Um, we You'll have recording fees because the county will have their set and the government will have their set of fees as well that will go into these things. Overall, you should round to probably about maybe 3% of overall costs will go towards the closing cost, not including your down payment for your loan. That is separate. So if you're putting 3.5% down for your loan, that's separate from the closing costs.
Oh, okay. So the down payment and the closing are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and where would my credit need to be?
So right now, with the way things are, I think having as strong of a credit as you can possible would be the best thing. So 700s are an easy clear. anything between like 640 and 700s. It's a little bit more of a tight race, but anything over 700, you're pretty much all good to go on a loan.
Okay, awesome. And what about with COVID? How has it affected the showing process, and how have you dealt with it or are dealing with it to keep your clients safe?
Yeah, that's an ever changing thing. So, unfortunately, we all know the guidelines right now of, sanitizing our hands and wearing masks. So, if we're going into a home, I would typically have everybody, like I say, sanitize their hands, wear masks, try to keep your group size to a minimum. If you can send one representative in to go and maybe take a video for you, or as the agent, we can go in and do the video for you so you don't have to be actually in the home. I know most people like to, feel out how the home itself feels when you're going to look at a home. It's like putting on a pair of pants. You got to make sure that the environment suits you, and that it feels like right. So that can be a little bit of a challenge, but you can get a good sense of it if you can get a good video via like your agent or somebody who is in the family that wants to, that's part of it, that will be able to go and get it for you.
How do you get paid?
So when it comes to the closing costs, and like I was saying, there are two separate sides of it. So the seller has their own costs, and so for the agent for buyer representation, we're free to the buyer. So the seller pays the closing costs and the commissions on the sale.
Oh, okay.
Buyers are Buyer just gets great representation.
All right. And then my last question is, when is the best time to buy?
Now, anytime you're in the mood to buy is the good time to buy. Because honestly, if your credit lines up, you have the finances in line, and you have a good paying steady job, you might as well go for it. It's worth getting yourself out of rentals, where right now rental rates can be anywhere from 1,600 to 2,200. That's all going into somebody else's pocket. You want to be able to say, okay, um, what's in my best interest? If I have the money, I have the credit, and I can make this happen. Let's just get it done now. Like I always say at Florida Breeze, we make real estate a breeze. We're gonna make it easy for you. We're gonna make sure that you have a smooth transaction and that you feel confident in the transaction no matter what. I just I always feel like when I do buyer consultations, I want them to feel like they are fully aware of the process. They know, like, if they had gone to real estate school and gotten their license to a certain degree. Let me handle that part. But at the end of the day, I want them to have the confidence that, okay, I know every step of what's about to happen. I know there's going to be ups and downs. I know there's going to be, challenges throughout, but I have an agent that's there that's going to make sure that no matter what, I have the information and the tools I need to make it to the finish line. So if you ever need anything, give me a holler. Florida Breeze Realty, and we'll be seeing you.